Welcome to Almira Vlog channel. 10 unmissable places to visit in Japan. Japan is somewhere I think everyone should visit. From futuristic skyscrapers to tranquil bamboo forests and neon arcades to serene temples, it's like nowhere else on the planet. The food is incredible. The people are ultra polite. And it has one of the most efficient public transport systems in the world. We love the combination of ease of travel and glorious bewilderment. Japan has so much to offer. But where should you start? These are our picks for the absolute best places to visit in Japan. Perfect for your first or second trip to the country. Plus suggestions for the repeat visits that are likely to happen. Top places to visit in Japan. 1. Kyoto. Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto. If you only have time for one Japan destination, make it Kyoto. This is traditional Japan as you imagined it. Geisha in brightly colored kimonos emerging from wooden teahouses. Forests of bamboo. Temples and shrines in gold and silver and scarlet. Raked gravel Zen gardens. Intricate feasts served on lacquered plates. Graceful tea ceremonies. And markets full of intriguing unidentifiable ingredients. The concrete high-rises of downtown Kyoto can be disappointing. So head out towards the mountains, to the surrounding neighborhoods, where you'll find narrow stone streets, old wooden houses, monks in flowing robes, and the sounds of chanting and gongs from the many temples and shrines. Gion is the place to spot geisha. Higashiyama has many beautiful temples to explore. And Arashiyama, up in the western hills, is one of the most traditional neighborhoods, and home to bamboo groves, quirky temples, and monkeys. Kyoto is one of the top Japan tourist spots. So try to visit the popular temples early in the morning as they do get crowded. In Kyoto, don't miss wandering through the red torii gates of Fushimi Inari Shrine, learning to cook traditional Japanese cuisine with emi, getting your fortune from a vending machine at Kinkakuji, the Golden Temple, taking the train to the village of Kibune, and walking across the valley to the beautiful Kurama-dera Temple, retreating from the busy streets of Gion to the magical Yasaka Jinja at night, strolling the Philosopher's Path, experiencing Zen Buddhist cuisine at the Tenryuji Temple, getting off the beaten track at the quirky Atagi Nenbutsuji Temple, exploring these magical Kyoto cherry blossom spots. If you visit in late March or early April, how long to spend? 3 nights minimum, but 5 nights would be better. We've spent 2 months in Kyoto and still haven't done everything. A longer stay also allows you to avoid the crowds more easily and take some of these wonderful days trips from Kyoto. 2. Tokyo. If Kyoto is the heart of traditional Japan, Tokyo is its ultramodern counterpart. It's here you'll find the skyscrapers, noisy arcades, busy pedestrian crossings, crazy youth fashions, and many, many incredibly delicious restaurants. If all you do in Tokyo is to eat, you'll have an amazing time. Even as vegetarians, we ate so well. Tokyo is also home to some of the weirdest activities we've ever done. From themed cafes, cats, owls, maids, robots, goats, you name it, Tokyo has it, to sensory overload shows and arcades to play go-karting. In Tokyo, don't miss driving a go-kart on the real roads while dressed as your favorite character. Insanity, but so much fun. Eating in a tiny restaurant on atmospheric Memory Lane. Gazing at the night skyline from the Free Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building in Shinjuku. Walking across the famous Shibuya Crossing. Gawping at the crazy fashions of Takashita Street in Harajuku. Visiting the brilliant DisneySea, possibly our favorite Disney park in the world. Or neighboring Tokyo Disneyland, or both if you have 2 days spare. Getting sensory overload at the bizarre robot restaurant show. Immersing yourself in the colorful digital arts museum. How long to spend? 3 to 5 nights or longer if you want to take day trips. such as to Nikko, Kawaguchiko or Hakone for Mount Fuji, and Kamakura. We've spent over a month here on various trips. And still find new things to do. If time is limited, allocate more time to Kyoto than Tokyo. 3. Takayama. Takayama is an utterly gorgeous small town. On the edge of the Japan Alps. And one of the best less visited places to go in Japan. I loved wandering the historic center full of traditional wooden houses, colorful shrines, neatly shaped trees, and bright red bridges over the river. In Takayama, don't miss wandering the old town in the early morning, before the crowds arrive, buying delicious fruit from the morning markets, snacking on mitarashi dango, rice balls grilled in soy, from a street stall, seeing the extravagant floats at the Festival Floats exhibition hall, visiting the Hida folk village to see traditional thatched houses, cycling through the countryside with Satoyama experience. How long to spend? 2 to 3 nights. We had 2 nights. And wished we'd had longer. Because there's lots to do in the surrounding countryside. With a longer stay you could take day trips to the traditional thatched roof houses of Shirakawa and go hiking in Kamakochi and the Japan Alps. 4. Hakone. Mount Fuji is on most people's lists of places to visit in Japan. But this must-see Japan landmark can be rather elusive and is often hidden by clouds. There are a number of places you can see. The mountain from Kawaguchiko is another great option. But Hakone is easy to reach from Tokyo. And there are lots of other things to do in the area. In case you are out of luck with a sighting. Mount Fuji emerged from the clouds above Lake Ashi and it was magical. Hakone is also fun to visit. Because you can do a loop of the sights. On different modes of transport. Like train, bus, pirate boat and cable car. In Hakone, don't miss buying a Hakone free pass so you can hop on and off all the transport options on the Hakone loop. Seeing Mount Fuji from the lake or cable car. Eating a black egg cooked in the hot sulfur springs at volcanic Iwakudani. Not really, these look gross, but the Japanese go crazy for them. Soaking in an onsen. Staying in a tatami room in a ryokan traditional inn. And enjoying an elaborate dinner. Wandering the outdoor sculpture gallery at Hakone Open Air Museum. 5. Kanazawa. Kanazawa is one of the best cities to visit in Japan. But few foreign tourists make it here. As Kyoto grows in popularity, consider turning to Kanazawa instead for a quieter place. To experience geisha districts with preserved wooden buildings. There is also one of the most beautiful gardens in the country. A stunning castle. And many art museums to explore. In Kanazawa, don't miss wandering Kenroku-en Garden. One of the top 3 gardens in Japan. Exploring the wooden teahouses of the geisha districts Higashi-Chaya. And the quieter Kazumachi and Nishi-Chaya. Experiencing a traditional tea ceremony. At the exquisite Gyokusen-en Gardens. How long to spend? 2 nights. 6. Nikko. Nikko is a temple town. And UNESCO World Heritage Site in the mountains. A few hours north of Tokyo. And makes a cool retreat from the city. The area is famous for its vibrant autumn colors. The temples and shrines with their vermilion gates and moss-covered stone lanterns are scattered on the wooded hillside. The main attraction is Toshogu Shrine. A stunning complex with more than a dozen lavishly decorated red and gold buildings amongst huge ancient cedar trees. The crowds can be overwhelming. So afterwards head to one of the quieter shrines. In Nikko, don't miss visiting Toshogu Shrine early to avoid the crowds. Playing games at atmospheric Futarasan Jinja. Exploring Taiyuanbyo. Hiking up the mountain to the peaceful Takino Shrine. Photographing the bright red Shinkyo Bridge. Munching on dango, grilled rice balls on a stick from a street stall. Eating sushi at Komakichi Kazushi. How long to spend? You could visit Nikko as a day trip from Tokyo. but it's worth spending a night or two to explore one of the most beautiful places in Japan, including hiking trails, lakes, waterfalls, and hot springs. 7. Koya-san. Koya-san, Mount Koya, is one of the most interesting places in Japan to experience the traditional side of the country. This secluded and sacred temple town, located in the forest-covered mountains of Kansai, and is one of the best places to get a taste of life as a monk by staying in a shukubo or temple lodging. After wandering around the otherworldly Okunwan Forest Cemetery, we checked into our simple tatami room at the temple, soaked in the communal onsen bath, and enjoyed a delicious Shojin Ryori vegetarian Buddhist meal. In the morning we were up early for the chanting and meditation ceremony with the monks. A temple stay at Koya-san is a fascinating experience, and well worth the detour from Osaka or Kyoto. How long to spend? 1 night. The end. Thank you Team Journey. Thank you Team Ibags. Thank you Team GL Tulungan. God bless us all. Mabuhay.